1. I can't do my fingers. You get a chance. Whoever comes in first, say hey. I can hear you in this mic and not the phone. There should be a difference, hopefully. So I'll just wait for an answer. It'll just take a minute, I'm sure. Let's see. Wanted to wait before I actually got driving, take care of any audio issues. Sometimes I have to plug and plug back in. Hey, good morning, Eminem. How you doing? 2-4, good morning. Yeah, we're going to head out and try and catch some bass today. And I thought I'd get the audio's good. Fantastic, man. You knew exactly what I needed. I'm going to see if I can get you a, there we go. Just in case, Eminem. There we go. Oh, yeah, we had your Hayabusa video up on the live. I think it was last night. And, talked about motorcycles on a motorcycle channel. As long as I'm good, audio's good, we're going to head down the road. Make sure it don't get too windy. I got this, sorry, I got to watch coming out of the driveway that my prop don't hit the cement. I got a little 15-horse Yamaha on a 15-foot John boat called a Weld Built. It's a very light aluminum boat, so you can go fast for tournaments. First here talking to you all, and I'll try to look at comments when I can. But I want to make sure my trailer's pulling good. I didn't forget nothing. I don't do this like, I used to do this 2-3 times a week. And now I do it maybe 2-3 times a year. Pretty sad. Well, so Rob Benjamin, good morning to you. Yeah, man, you have to leave early. Thank you for putting the, oh yeah, it just was thinking about you, and we was talking about different motorcycles and some AI motorcycles that were put out. What was it called? A Honda Blackbird. We thought was real, something new that was being made. Have you heard of that, Eminem? We put up an advertisement for one, and somebody else noticed and said, no, that's freaking AI stuff. They ain't putting out no Blackbird, Black Hawk, or whatever the heck it was called. Beautiful looking motorcycle if it was real. You grab the camera with your left hand for a what? I don't know, that's a little odd question. I'm not sure. Not sure what you're asking, and if you got something great to say or to talk about while I'm driving, remember I'm driving, so don't ask me to ride a wheelie pulling the fishing boat and I'm in a car. You know, stuff like that. I know it's funny. Have a good time. Who cares? But we got about 40 minutes before I even get to the lake, so I'm going to try to jabberjaw for a while and see if I even get service out on the lake. If I don't, I got the GoPro here, and it's set up with another lavalier mic. And I've caught fish while actually filming a few times, and it's pretty cool. You get to see them come up out of the water and jump, and I can do some slow motion editing. I should put it on 60 frames per second. That's better for that. But when you have all that stuff on and you're out in 90-degree weather, your GoPro can get a little overheated with extra settings like stabilization, higher frame rates. You gotta take all that stuff in consideration, which I never knew before. But you do this YouTubing long enough, you watch enough videos from other people and listen to what they got to say, you find those things out. I'm in a real urban area right now. I'm gonna see if I can turn the camera around. This is 4 lanes, both ways, and it goes right through the heart of, I guess, Newport News and Hampton. It'll be Newport News up here about 5-6 more miles, and this road will take us across the James River Bridge up here about 7 miles, and then we'll be a little over or about halfway to the fishing hole. It's not too busy right now, but it's Sunday morning. Yeah, this road can be swamped. It's kind of the cut through. It cuts across the whole peninsula that I'm on, which is about, 10, 12, 13 miles across in places. Now there goes a motorcycle. Now take a look before you lane switch. Good deal. So as I get more into the thicker traffic area, which will probably be ahead, we got the interstate coming up here. What is it, 64? That's the interstate I get on when you see my daily commutes, if you watch any of my daily commutes or videos that I make on my channel. I know a few dedicated community members do. I am not very well known, so, but I know a few of you. Salty would know, maybe. What is the level of the IQ level, Albert Einstein? That's a good question. You should ask Albert. He's the one with the IQ, right? I don't even know who you're talking to. It's the left hand. Yeah, I know. That's pretty funny, man. What kind of bass boat? That is a Weld built. It's exactly what it's pretty popular brand for local bass fishing around here anyway. They're light, they're strong, and just right for like reservoirs, and we get limits for what size motors we can use. I should call it an engine, right? Motors are electrical, right? Engines are combustion. I think that's correct. So 9.9, because they're flooded. They're flooded river systems, and you don't know what's below the water when they flood. Timber all over, and they don't want you going too fast. I'm sure that's one of the reasons, and another would be polluting the drinking water, because it's all drinking water. So maybe that has something to do with it, I'm not sure. Some of our reservoirs, of course, are electric only, which I'm set up to do that as well. Get an electric motor in the rear, on the transom or whatever, and then up on the bow, one that you can foot control and fine-tune your fishing. Especially if you want to get in a certain spot, follow along a shoreline, follow along some timber laydowns. I know these lakes like really good. I'm just not a really tuned in expert bass fisherman like the local people are, who have been handed down knowledge from their fathers and grandfathers, and they know these lakes well. You got to be in that. You got to be in the club. And I'm not smart enough to figure it all out on my own. But I do know some good spots, some good areas, and structure in the summertime is pretty vital. Cover is great too, because they don't want to be in the sun, direct sunlight. They might be deeper. They might go deeper because it's cooler. The water may be cooler. Who knows? But structure is good because you get a drop off or a ledge. There's something that goes into the main, like where the old river used to be before they, the channel they call it, before they flooded it. That'll hold deep, cool water, but they don't go no more than usually like 15 foot deep. Yeah, go right ahead. You can squeeze in there. Jeez. Road raging already. But the theory is that they'll drop down 6, 8, 10 foot during the heat of the day. And then in the mornings and evenings, they'll come up the structure and get on the flat and feed, if that's where the food is at that time. So yeah, that's just little stuff I know about, what I think I know about bass fishing. We'll have the James River Bridge up here pretty soon. It's 5 miles long and it crosses the James River. All right, I saw what kind of bass boat, whatever, what else do we got here? Getting kind of busy here on, you can hear me well, good. You have a Titan boat? Use that for tournaments? I love tournaments. Tournaments sometimes, though, it takes a lot out of you. You got to get up 2, 3 in the morning sometimes because you got to travel, and you got to get set up, and you got to get in and get your money to the guy, and he's got to inspect your boat and live well and all that stuff. But it's exciting, you know. Maybe you'll have 15 boats, 20 boats, 6, 8 boats. Just depends on the size of your club. Some are pretty huge. I just like the medium competition, you know. I'm not high level at all. And have fun. I took my daughter, who was probably in her late 20s at the time, early 30s, bass fishing and going to a tournament. She'd bass fished a few times before, but I said, let's go do a tournament together. And she ended up winning it. And that's the best part about fishing, is taking your friend out or your family, bringing them to a spot that you think you can catch some fish. I got to move over. Hang on. Distracted. That you think you can catch some fish and set them up with the right rig for wherever you're fishing at. Like summertime, I like to fish off the bottom mostly with a Carolina rig. Drag that bottom 6, 8, 10 foot deep. Hit stumps and take your time, and man, there's double digits in the places that I go. There's double digit bass, you know, 10 pounds plus. Biggest I've caught was 7 something, almost 8 pound. I've caught citations lengthwise, but weight wise, at least the scales I used, what was it, a 7 pound, 11 ounce? Certainly looked like an 8 pounder. Of course, you know, you get big eye when it's a fish out there. You big eye, that's what they call. Anyway, it's a great fish to catch. Man, I've caught several 7 pounders. And they're the highlight for me. 5s are nice. I mean, it took me almost a year of bass fishing just to catch a 5 pounder. I mean, anybody can get lucky and go out and catch one, but sometimes it takes a little time to figure out what you're doing, find the bigger fish. Salty says what? Your son's boat? Yeah. And I wish I could read that better. Say you've never been fishing? Yeah, you might like it, you might not like it. Depends upon what you're looking for. If you're looking to catch, which most people do, or if you're looking to relax and enjoy, you'll see deer out there, especially if you get out there early in the morning where they're hunkered down on points that you come around through the. It looks like, you know, reservoirs sometimes can look like a river, depending on where the reservoir was made. And you find families of deer, like 6, 7, 8, 10 deer all hunkered up together. You find wild turkey. And I was in a boat one time during the fall, and I heard this snort. I looked over to the right, and it looked like Loch Ness monster, you know, but it was a deer. I didn't look like one, but my brain was going, man, that's a weird creature coming up to me in the water. And it was a deer swimming in 20, 30 foot of water, going who knows where. They get crazy when it's fall time. So, and that happened 2 times. Deer swim up on you. But the wildlife you get to see out there is just incredible. So there's a lot of benefits to fishing. It's about the experience. Honestly, I go out to catch. I want to catch something. Try not to put my expectations too high. Here's the James River. Over that way is the largest naval base in the world, and the Newport News shipbuilding is over there. I don't know if you can see some cranes and whatever. That's a pretty famous area. And I do believe they helped build some of the aircraft carriers and whatever. Some huge old towers and power lines. And that goes way upriver to Richmond, Virginia. We're at the very top right now, probably 60 foot above the water. And then that steel grated bridge part section to let the mass of larger ships come through. It gets pulled straight up into the air, another probably 30 foot. So I think it gets up to around 80, 90 foot. I get back over, and I gotta get out of the hammer lane, you know, or you get ugly looks. Especially if you're pulling a boat, but usually people pulling the boat, if it's morning time anyway, and you're going to the fishing hole, you're speeding. You got the pedal to the metal. You want to be one of the first there, so you don't have to wait in a long line. Sometimes they got gates. They gate these reservoirs off. Messing around there in the middle of the night or getting there too early. Like you can get on at sunset, or I mean off at sunset and get on at sunrise. So you can't be out there in the dark. In the dark, relax. Yeah, got to hurry up and go relax. But let me tell you, today I can do that. A tournament, I don't know. Not a lot of people I know are relaxing. They're pumped up. The adrenaline's high. Sometimes you can't even sleep the night before. Like, I'll go out fishing on maybe an hour or 2 of sleep. I've probably been out there a few times with 0 sleep. You get delirious. It's just the adrenaline and the excitement, because when you get to bring a nice sack up and you win first place, second, third, or you get big fish, you get 2 payouts. You get one for like for 5 fish or 3 fish tournaments. Some are just big fish tournaments, but usually they're both, especially if you got more people and more boats. So it used to be the best 5 fish, which it can be usually around 20 pounds, give or take. If you got, you know, good quality tournament fish, sometimes you get skunked. And then you get, maybe you'll just get the big fish, and that could be, you know, a couple $100, just because we're small clubs. It's not that much, but it's fun. You don't care about that. And if you're in a club and you get the biggest fish of the whole year, you'll get a plaque. Which I got a few of those, and I got first place because I had a good partner for the whole season, which I showed on my live last night. Little plaque, 120 pounds for the year, something like that. So that's like 10 tournaments. It's pretty cool. Man, I wish I could read more comments. I'm really sorry, you guys. I can't respond. 5 miles an hour on a small road. I'll show you that. I mean, it's 2 lanes, but there ain't much over there for the ditch. Traffic's okay, so you can talk a little bit. I try to be very careful and checking my mirrors all the time. And it's hot in here. I haven't got no AC. I have an old 2004 Mitsubishi Endeavor. Love this car. But she's old. Gotta take care of it. The whole subframe I replaced a year and a half ago, sometime in the late fall, early winter, over a year ago. It got rusted out, and I'm sure it's from me backing in and out, launching my boats all those years. And sometimes it'd be brackish water, which has salt in it. If you're not under there rinsing it all off, and even if you do that, the subframe can have holes in it, and it'll fill up with water, and that salt water can sit there for whoever knows how long. So really, you should go under there and drill some drainage holes and hope they don't get clogged as well. It's a lot, but I'll probably never have to. The car will go kaput before I ever have to do another subframe. That was a miserable job. I couldn't have done it without help. Just the knowledge and knowing how to take off bushings and what are those, ball joints. It's all-wheel drive, so it was a lot, dropping the rear end. And I mean, for me, and that's something I do every day. I had to sit and think for hours before I even attempted to do the job, because you don't know what you're doing. But I had no choice, that or, you know, try to spend $500-600 on payments on a vehicle. $500-600. What did I get? $350, $400 for a new subframe. A few other parts, so probably 500 or less. I got my car fixed for who knows how many more miles I got. Another 80, 100,000 miles. That's what I'm hoping for. Why throw your money away? And I don't use a car that much anyway. I ride motorcycle all the time, so I'm used to not having AC. I did for many years with this car, and just one day it decided to go. Key-fob, good morning. Time to go, good morning. You're going to do a live later this on Sunday you usually do around 2 or 3 o'clock my time. You know, put your links out there if you got the wrenches. Anything you want to do to help your channel out, or if you got something going on, put it out there. That's what I think these lives are kind of for. A place where you can get together and chit chat. Like, I ain't got nothing too useful of doing this live for right now, other than it's kind of like company for me. I get to say hi to some of you, my good friends. Some of you I just know well, and I like seeing you. I like hearing you, you know, seeing what you got to say, and I don't know, stuff like that. I enjoy it. I'm gonna get my bearings right here again. Where am I? There we are. Get to talking so much, I forget where the heck I'm at. I'm on autopilot, so hopefully that'll be good. In the Carrollton area of Virginia. Yeah, just double checking. Field and Suffolk. 10 is up here to the left. There we go. Yeah, I'm farther along than I thought I was. That's what happens when you go on autopilot sometimes. You're just driving, doing what you're supposed to do. I've been down this way 1,000 times. Okay, hundreds. This is a good, famous motorcycle riding road as well. It's called the Five and Dime. You got 5, the road 5, and the road number 10 on each side. One's on each river, and you got a couple crossings between here and Richmond. One is in Hopewell, which is an actual bridge, and then one's in the Surrey, which is the ferry. And you might wait 10-15 minutes to get on the ferry, and another 10-15 minutes to cross the river, which is kind of fun. A lot of motorcycles go on it just to take the Serenity ride. You get a little break, talk to your friends if you're talking, or if you're, you know, riding with a group, you know, 2 or 3 people or 10, whatever. It's just a great route. And you're following the water and the river. You got good scenic, a lot of tree cover, so you're not smoking and frying up from the sun. That's what I meant by smoking. Catching on fire. It gets brutal when it's 90 degrees on a motorcycle. Makes you wonder what's wrong with you. Why am I out here? Why am I out here riding in this horrendous heat? Because you love riding, love living life. Getting hydrated up. Got water I'm going to sip on until I get there, which is, what do I got? I'm over halfway. Got about 5 miles to this place. Oh, what is the next town up here? Forget what it's called. It's got a funny name. And then I make a right. Well, we're going to actually make a right before the town. We're going to get off this route, and I'll go around the back way. That's where the launch is on the reservoir. It's a little faster to get through. Plus, you can stay out of town. Small town anyway. It ain't like no big deal. Oh, trying to read. Who else? We got Kime. I see you there, Kime. Still, it's how you travel in moto. Right now, I'm in my Endeavor. I don't know, can you all see the boat back there? And we got some wonderful cornfields, power lines. I'll run into those power lines that cross these reservoirs sometimes. Not sometimes, some of the reservoirs. That's where they connect up to. Pretty neat going under those when you're fishing. I'd say it's good fishing around those areas. I've never found that to be true, but I'm not a good fisherman. But I'm really curious to see if I can live stream actually on the water. I may stop this at some time if you want to follow. Maybe restart it up. If I can keep it going, I will. I don't want to be too distracted. Like when you're doing this, like what I'm doing right now, and trying to live stream and talk with y'all and keep a conversation going. Something silent live, right? You know, something engaging or interesting. You can lose, obviously, you know, you can lose your focus. Just like I did back there. I forgot where I was on the road. It was like, shit, did I miss a turn? You know, I'm being safe, I'm driving, I'm watching traffic, I just ain't paying attention exactly where I was. So launching the boat, making sure you got everything, that you locked your car, you got your windows up, you know, stuff like that. You didn't forget your wallet. Got your water out there. It's not too big a deal. If I forget something, I just zip back up to the launch and there we are. So we're on a 55-mile-an-hour road. This is where we start pinching off and get into slower, more Chuckatuck. I think that's the name of the town up ahead. We're gonna make a right up here and go through the country. Right there where we see the crossroads sign. And I try to be somewhat informative, so it ain't too mundane of a watch. Man, I want to see somebody. If I'm in a live, I want to watch somebody catch a fish. I want to see the action, see the excitement on their face. That's what I'm hoping that we can do later. You know, like I said, it may be a second live stream. I don't know, because I am really in some back roads, lots of trees. Who knows what good reception I'm gonna have back here. I've never done a live stream back here. So I know sometimes they like I've been fishing, I got my phone with me, and I'm on my way home and I wanna post a fish that I caught or something. It may, I know the other lake I go to, I don't get no service till I get about 4 or 5 miles away from the lake, 3-4 miles. Then I get service. And all these lakes are connected. So we're kind of deep out in the boonies right now. Farm country. This is how long it takes for me, if you're following since I left where I live, to get out into good riding area. Well, a little bit before this, but yeah, where you're not surrounded by 10 cars all the time. Puller outers everywhere. Yeah. It's not as life-threatening. This is a small little road with, you know, country homes. A lot of cotton out here. You'll see corn. I don't know if those are beans out there sometimes, but up here we're going to come to the T in the road where that white house is, and I'll go left. And then we just got a few more miles down that road, and I'll be at the reservoir. Hopefully it'll stay connected so I can show you the reservoir, the launch, show you the beautiful lake. We'll call it a lake, right? But it's a reservoir. And yeah, There's some crops out there. Not sure what that is. There's a big, I don't know what you call it, a field of solar panels out here. Like, I wonder how many millions of dollars that is. Fenced off there, and nothing but solar panels. When I get to the launch up here, probably within 5 minutes, I'll go through and try to engage a little more and talk, read your comments. I mean, I'm doing plenty of talking, I know, and say hi to you and see if you've asked me something or said something. I wish I was able to do that. Wesley from Big Pile of Wheels, he has a way where he can hear you guys while he's riding a motorcycle. He can hear the chats and respond to you without having to look at anything. I don't know how he does that. It's high tech, he's smart, and plus, this is beautiful down here. Yes, I'm on crossing a little creek. That bridge used to be terrible back there. They got new roads, new bridge crossing, and yeah, if I didn't slow down, my trailer and my boat would fly up and catch air. Not good. I did that one time, and I slowed down. Back in old country roads, keep it slow. Mr. B, how are you? I got your board pictures last night. That was nice. Oh, cornhole. I have the hardest time remembering cornhole. I need some cornhole boards myself, don't I? Should make some one day. They wouldn't look and be as nice as yours. I probably just wouldn't take the time to do it. But you're quite the artist, Mr. B. And customize for any occasion. So if you're looking for some cornhole boards, Mr. B in the chats there is the man to get a hold of. Support his cornhole board so you can go buy some more lumber. Lumber's not cheap. Your cornhole boards aren't going to be cheap either, but you'll have some boards, I'm sure, that will last quite a while. He knows all the things to do to have the nice paint on there, treat and seal the. This looks like a Popo Man up here. Yep. Another good reason to go slow. I'll show you. That or the Popo Mans at church. I don't want to have them see me holding my phone on up as I'm going by. My heart still races a little bit once in a while because you're like, oh, have I been doing the right speed? And I have, but I'm not sure what the speed is out here. But I was only doing 40. I think that's good for a country road. You don't see a cop back here very often at all. These are small roads. Like, there's not even line indicators, no shoulder. It's just a country road. And we'll be up here at the reservoir shortly. Sorry, Mr. B, I tried to just represent a little bit about your boards. If you got questions about those boards, ask the man himself. I'm just kind of giving general. Well, here comes somebody cruising fast, going that way. They'll slow down when they see the Popo Man. I couldn't do this. I didn't think about it. You probably wouldn't know what the hell it is. He was a cager. But I'm a cager today, too. I know what this is. What do? You flash the lights. That's what you're supposed to do. Flash your high beams. Probably a mile left. And we'll pull into the reservoir. Hopefully there isn't a tournament here. It is a weekend. It is a popular reservoir. If it's a tournament, we'll have lots of people in the parking lot, but they'll already be in the water most likely. Well, definitely will be. But these lakes get beat up pretty hard. It's better to go on a weekday. Like I usually go on Monday, but I got something else I want to do tomorrow. Might have to take my R1 into the doctor to have it looked at. It keeps cutting off on me and it keeps getting worse. Just around the idling area, it'll get sputtery before I actually stop. I'll know it's coming. It'll be hard to keep it going. Turn it back on a little later, you're good to go. Is this it? Yep, here we are. Yeah, I don't think it's a tournament. If it is, it's a small club. Ah, mercy. Now I gotta debate whether I want to mess around putting a tripod up, putting it on the shoreline, let y'all watch me try to back in and launch the boat. Probably not very interesting, but things I can do. Whew. Wave to the man, wave to your fisherman, just like you do riding motorcycles. Well, there's the dam right there, and it is where we'll launch. I'm gonna pull down here and get off to the side in case somebody else wants to come in. I'll get out and get my boat ready. I'd like to do it up in the shade, but it's not that bad right now. All right, I gotta think about a few things, how I'm gonna do stuff here. Bear with me. Whew. Get these windows down, get a little breeze in here. I think I should shut the car off. There we go. So yeah, it's nice out there. It's not really a dock or nothing. It's just a little line that'll help you, especially when it's windy, load your boat up and help you guide. Somebody put that in that was nice enough to do something like that for fishermen. It wasn't done by that city. Looks like a lovely day. I'm hoping so, man. Flash them. No. That's how you get on the list for the rest of your days. Mr. B, are we there? Yeah. Reception quite good. Just, add a few seconds. Pixelating once in a while. Yeah. That's what Kime said. Salty's, they're still there saying good morning. Who else? Candy, how you doing? I don't know if you're still here. Windows up, markers the car float longer while backing. We had people, now that's no joke, man. This here is very shallow, and it goes way out. But onto that side, it dips down into 20, 30 foot because it goes right before the dam there. You can go down the dam and over in that. Across the dam is Western Branch, which is that's where I caught my biggest fish, is in that lake. But I like fishing this lake. So it's a big flat out there. It's good fishing as well on that flat, in the evening and morning, as they'll stay up on those flats and feed, and then they'll come down into the, it's called structure, when it's the curves and whatever the bottom of your lake. Cover is actual garbage that is in the lake, like a stump or a lay down of a tree that has fell in there. It's called a lay down. You can see stumps out there and stuff that are visible. And a lot of times that's where your bass will attract. And there's a couple islands out there where I'll go to. Might be one of my first stops. And then I'll go to this other place where it's a road bed, an old sunken road that when they flooded this area, of course, you used to have, houses, whatever else was in this path. roads, old roads, telephone poles, old dams that are flooded, and you find those spots, and that's where hopefully you can find some good bass fishing. All right, let me see. I gotta get my stuff together here so I can go fish. I might be distracted for a while, like I am now. I'm gonna leave the live on, beans it's going pretty good. Oops. Whew. Show you the, do a little walk around quick. This was the boat. That's my 9.9. It's actually a 15 horsepower. Shh, don't tell nobody. And yeah, I'm gonna put up my tripod. I'm gonna try it. I brought it out here, so I'm gonna try stuff. Try with the tripod. See if I can find a place to set you until I can get it up. Got it in here with my fishing poles. You feel ridiculous doing this stuff out here. You go like, oh man, the fishermen probably gonna laugh their ass off at me. What the hell is he doing? Is he fishing or freaking filming? But you know, I want to capture these experiences and share them with somebody else who may not be fortunate enough to get to do these things, right? That sounds noble, don't it? Yeah. Look at that. That's working pretty good. Oh. Trying to use the cold shoe here. Hold some of my stuff up. All right. There's a good place to, we'll be launching shortly. I'll put this up right here. Whew. I got to, I got to pull my pants up. That's what I got to do. There's saggy. I got my big wallet in here, and this I'll leave on, so when I launch and it comes back into shore, it doesn't turn the boat all. It'll go straight like I want it to. Kind of hard to explain, but I got to use this rope. Launch. I don't lose my boat out in the water. I forgot to do this one time. I had to wait for my friends. They just happened to show up at the same lake. Like, we didn't plan that. And he brought me over to my boat. It drifted off quite a little ways. 50, 100 yards. I'd do this a lot faster if I wasn't trying to live stream. Right now you want to stay out of the way of other fishermen. They get upset if you're holding up the launch area. Remember where I want this. Right here. I gotta put stuff so I don't lose it. Alright. Gotta make sure everything's out of the way so I don't get snagged. This rope is gonna unpeel along here. I've had it catch my rods before, snag on hooks if they're exposed. So little things you guys got to be careful of. Make sure you got both these undone. Otherwise you gotta pull it back out and do it all over again. Okay, we're free here. Got the plug in. I've forgotten the plug on some of those early mornings too, and put my boat up on the shore, and by the time I went and parked and got back to my boat, it was full of water. It was a tournament day, but I got a real nice pump. It didn't take very long at all. I just rinsed out the boat, you know. We all had a good laugh. Of course, at my expense. Let's see. I'm gonna move you guys down here because I think I'm ready. And let's see. This should capture, I can't see, it's hard to see anything. Yeah, I can't tell what I'm looking at. The sun's so bright. Do I have it facing out this way? Oh, I don't. I got it facing the wrong way. There we go. I didn't even know that. Sorry, you guys. But there we are. You'll see me hopefully back in and get to watch the boat come off. Let's try it. It's gonna take me a minute. Sand in it and all kinds of things. Right up there. Make sure I'm up far enough. Yeah, it's no wind, so it'll be good. Alright, I'm going to go up here and park. I'll be right back. Bring you in the boat. Oh, I forgot. I got to put this rope in the boat. Hopefully I'll do all this today.